PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting.
Yeah, so there we are. DJ,
How you doing?
it is Wednesday, so I'm doing fine. There's a Ting going on.
Yeah,
How about yourself?
not so bad, thanks. Not so bad.
Good to know that. Good to know that. So
Hmm.
yeah, here we are back on the Wednesday thing. I noticed I got a dreadlock that's rogue, so let me just take care of that quickly.
A rogue
A
dreadlock.
rogue dreadlock, yes. And guess what? There's already somebody in the comment section. Oh, that's me myself saying welcome to the people on LinkedIn. Let me just say hi to everybody here. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you for joining. There you go. So, we're doing a little different thing today than we are used to doing. We got one topic today, right? We're going to share the topic because the two of us, we are sick and tired of poor grammar and punctuation and spelling. And a quick disclaimer, you nor me, no, that's not even English. Neither of us is an English teacher or a linguist or whatever, but still we do like our language, don't we?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, we're taught languages for a reason.
And what would that reason
And
be according to you?
well, to communicate, but also to use the language as with anything else properly.
Properly, exactly. And we, like I said, we are kind of sick and tired of people just not caring about language and just making a jumble out of everything and not
Hmm.
reading properly and not writing properly, not even speaking properly. So we thought
Yeah.
we'd just spend some time talking about that. I noticed there's another person. There's Donna Mattis. Hi there, Donna. I know you're a
Hi, Donna.
teacher. Maybe you got some stuff to say about grammar and punctuation and spelling, Donna. I'd be very happy to know if you are. And thank you for
Hmm.
sharing the post. Most lovely of you to do that. So that's Donna. If any of the people watching right now feel inclined to share their views on the bad and poor use of all the language rules we have in the world, because this is a global thing. It's not only in English, it's not only in Dutch. I think it's everywhere. People just don't care. So if you feel you want to contribute to this conversation, be our guest and join us in the studio on your mobile device, your phone. Scan the code that you see there on the bottom right part of your screen, and it will take you to our orange room once you follow all the prompts. And you can wait there until DJ and I have time to let you in and hear what it is that you have to say. Alternatively, if you're on a laptop, which we really much prefer for many reasons, use your browser, preferably Chrome, and head over to this URL, which will take you to the same orange room here on PocaTV. And you can join the conversation, maybe tell an anecdote about some text that you once received or wrote that was full of mistakes and what happened because of all those mistakes. It would be lovely
So
to hear.
is this the 10th edition? I'm
It
noticing it
is the
says
10th edition of the Wednesday
Really?
Ting.
We've done nine already? That doesn't well, blimey. If you asked me
Uh,
to recite all nine of them, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
that's because we're on top of things. You did 8, actually. I did 9. Remember, you skipped one.
Oh yes, yes,
Mm,
very true.
mm.
You did that wonderful one about the naming of your ancestors in
Exactly.
Suriname.
I
Yeah.
found a whole new generation of ancestors when I was on holidays in Suriname, and you can go head over to YouTube and check it out. It's actually quite wonderful. Just go to the
It,
live videos on
mm.
PocaTV YouTube, and you'll find the video that's called Ancestral Journey or something
No, it
ancestral.
was a really slick, well-oiled, professional piece of work that was, in my
Thank
opinion.
you. Thank you so
And
much.
also for all the other listeners, I'm still thinking on Conscious Radio, viewers
Mm-hmm.
as well. there are reruns of what we do. So if you can't catch it live, just head to the PocaTV YouTube
And Facebook,
channel
yes,
and Facebook.
and Facebook
Yeah,
PocaTV or YouTube PocaTV, and just look at all the stuff we do, because we do so much stuff and it's so much fun what we do, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
So, like I
Mm.
was saying, our shared topic today is the lazy global dumbing down, because people just don't give a hoot anymore about their grammar or about their punctuation or about their spelling. And DJ sent me an article, and that's what they called it. They didn't say the lazy and the global; they just called it dumbing down. I added those two words because I think it's lazy and it's global. It's not just in
Mm.
English. A Daily Mail to
And
me.
it's also in many ways counterproductive. I remember when I was working, hey, and I was recruiting
Hmm.
people, and you have a whole lot of CVs come in. It was easy to know which ones to reject. Just reject the ones that have spelling mistakes. You know, even back then there was such a thing as spell check, and so there's no excuse.
But DJ, these days you can't do that, because then they
To,
say you are grammar policing me, and it's not about
oh,
how I
shit.
spelled. That's what they say. They say it's
Well,
not
that's
about how I spell a word. It's about that you know what it is I'm trying to tell you.
no, I don't. I don't. If
But
it's
that's what
misspelled, I
people
don't know what it
say.
means.
Well, many
So
people,
really, is
many
that a
people.
Go on. Sorry,
Yeah.
is are you actually not allowed to reject? That's
No.
ridiculous.
I remember in the Netherlands, when I was still a newsreader on television here, I had to read this bit of news that
Yeah,
was about the Dutch government saying, "Look here, when people do their exams, your A levels in English,
yeah, yeah.
your exams, you're gonna finally leave high school, and if there are spelling mistakes, we won't subtract those from your total score. So we're just gonna go like this, and we're not
We
gonna
won't. Yeah, they
we
won't
won't
mark
hold
you down.
we
Right.
won't mark you
Okay.
down, and we won't hold it against you."
So
And
so so
I
so, so
think,
what if some? Go on.
no, you go.
So what if someone's? So I could use another analogy. Someone's applying uh, so, for a job that involves knowledge of maths,
Mhm.
and somewhere along the line they say 2 + 2 = 5. Am I allowed to reject from that?
Well, they're gonna say, yeah, they you cannot reject, because people don't do any maths, themselves anymore. They got computers for maths, and they got calculators. So you
No,
shouldn't hold it
they're just
against them.
tools. They're just tools. You still need to know how to add up. I know what you're saying, but
Apparently, you don't. And right now, we're in the situation, at least in the Netherlands, where about 25%, 25%, that's one in every four. I can do my maths.
yeah.
25% of people are what we now consider to be at least slightly illiterate. That means they just cannot spell properly. They don't know their grammar rules. They don't even know what a comma is, let alone use it. That's where we are right now. And many people, DJ, blame
Yeah.
our little phones, right? Because we're texting all day, tick, tick, tick. Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Lunch. And you end up with stuff like this. This is a daughter sending messages to the mom. That's what it says. It took me a while to read it. It says, "I'm looking for a good book. Can you
With
recommend me a
you,
good book?"
with the letter U. And it's just how do they even?
I like the
Yeah,
response. I like the mom's response.
yeah.
Yes, I know a
But
good book. Get the
here's the
Oxford Dictionary.
contradiction itself. Look and book. They don't spell book with a U. But
Because
it's
that's
inconsistent.
but that's rules, DJ, is what people say these days. We don't like rules. We just like to be free.
And recommend is missed completely. Yeah, they've left off an M there, and it's
What
lousy.
about what
Absolutely.
about good? What about good? At least they're consistent and good. They left out the apostrophe and I'm. They
Yeah.
left out everything. So I like the mom, because she said, "I'm gonna get you get yourself an Oxford English dictionary." But saying that this is a new problem would actually be a lie, because it's been around for ages. Look, even the old
Centuries. Yeah.
Egyptians. Yeah,
Yeah.
even
Oh, for
even the old
crying out loud.
Egyptians. You never end a sentence with a bird.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
do you remember from your school days how you can never end a sentence with what kind of word?
Um, it's like an and, an and or a but or a, I can't remember the group of words that comes under.
This is the way they made us learn. A preposition is a very bad to end a sentence with. That's funny,
Right.
because with is a preposition, if you didn't remember.
Ah, I don't remember that. I
In
hmm.
fact, DJ, we have to come out in the clear. You did a post today to announce
I've
our
edited it. I've
program.
edited
You've
it.
edited it, but your Auntie Carmel, I hope you're watching, Auntie Carmel. Your Auntie Carmel went out on a limb to correct you, because you said join Poca and myself. And she said, that's bad, 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 DJ. It's Poca and me, not Poca and myself,
Yeah.
because myself is only when you emphasize it. She came up with a pretty good word for this program we're doing. She called it a graminar, which is quite smart. A grammar webinar, a graminar. I can't even say it.
Hi,
So
Carmel, if you're watching in the land, in the Holy Land in Israel.
in Israel, yes, big up Auntie Carmel. Thank you for correcting DJ.
Mm.
Let's see who's in the comments now. We still got we got Donna saying they call you a grammar czar if you dare to correct them, and the worst thing is everybody agrees. Yes, Donna. How does that make you feel, I wonder? You got the words grammar Nazi, you got grammar czar, you got grammar police, you got all those words, and they all got these negative connotations, as if correcting somebody's poor grammar makes you the villain, right, Donna? I wonder how you
Yeah,
deal
no,
with that.
exactly. I've had that before. You know, it's almost like why are you even bothering to let me know that I've misspelt something, or I've left out a comma or something like that,
Mm,
or I haven't capitalized the first letter of a name or something
mm.
like that.
Would
Um,
that annoy you if somebody corrected you?
if it was correcting my own mistake, it wouldn't annoy me. I'd appreciate it.
Right.
Like Carmel today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you think this works in people's minds these days? That when you do correct them in a nice way, you tell them you forgot the little apostrophe, and then they go
They,
bash you for a week. What
yeah,
is that?
because they take it personally.
It is
And
personal. They they got
no, I
lousy
know, but
spelling.
they take it the wrong way. That because they don't take it as though that you're teaching them something. They
Mm,
take it as that you're criticizing them, and
yeah, and
it's
you're
not and it's not objective as far as they're concerned, because they will say, yeah, but you know what I meant, you know what I mean,
exactly.
and that's a classic. You know,
Well,
sometimes
talk
you
about
don't know what they
classics.
mean. Yeah.
Exactly. Talk about classics. Let's go through this one
Yes,
bit
it's
by
one of
bit.
my favorites. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it says punctuation saves lives.
yeah.
Let's eat grandma. No punctuation there. We have to be happy that the apostrophe is in the right place.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Mhm. But
That's a tick. Yeah.
break this down for us, DJ. The top sentence and the way it should be. Break it down for us while I take a swig
Well,
of
the
water.
top one says, let's actually put grandma on a plate and eat and literally eat her. That's what that actually implies. And she is a gasp. What? You're gonna eat me? We cannibals? So the comma had to go. Let's eat, grandma. Let's
Which
eat
is
with you, grandma. Yeah.
exactly,
Sit at
which
the
is an
table and eat.
invitation to grandma to eat.
Yeah.
But this
Exactly.
happens all the time, and
Yeah.
I have to be honest with, if it's just a quick note, let's meet somewhere, this or that, quick. I'm not gonna bug you with your
Yeah.
with your mistakes. But if you send me an email and you want me to be the host of your event and it's full of mistakes, I'm not gonna work with you, because that tells me something about your work ethics, and it
I
tells
get
me
that.
that the event
Yeah.
is going to be horrible, because
Yeah, but
if you
what if
can't.
one of those what if one of those mistakes was adding another zero to your fee?
Well, then I sign on the dot immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah.
There's something I want to show you, because even our search engines
Yeah.
look at the way we spell things and come up with different types of information. You know, when you go on Google and you start searching something, type, it's going to fill in some.
It tries to be predictive. It thinks it's being helpful. Yeah.
Usually it is. But it turns out that if your spelling is poor, Google's going to come up with a whole different set of info than if you properly write your
As you
what?
would expect it to, because it's using an exact science here.
Exactly. So here goes. When you type in "how can you" with the letter U, this is
The
what you
first
get.
thing it
How
says,
can you
get herpes. Good
herpes,
grief.
HIV, AIDS, chlamydia, a broken heart, all of that, hepatitis C. Whereas when you write "how can an individual," Google goes, "Oh wow, here's somebody who knows how to spell," and then they come, "How can an individual impact the course of history,
Okay.
make a difference, affect society, change history?" So these are all big things. It's not your herpes, it's not your chlamydia. It's how can you influence an organization. So I didn't know that until I did a little research for this program. Did you know this?
Well, no, I mean, look, how can you, why on earth? So it's an algorithm, isn't it? How they assume that you're talking about your health, health, more or less. Yeah, that's all about health. Set to broken
but
heart.
also maybe also health that, that's just me conjecture. No. Go ahead. Finish your
So
thought.
they automatically assume you're asking a question about a health condition, and not a nice health condition. Well, yeah.
It's almost
Whereas
as if Google thinks that herpes, HIV, and AIDS occur more.
no, it's to do with popular searches. I bet you it's common searches. So I bet you one of the most common in this example, if someone puts "how can you" over the years, it would have said what they really want to know is how can you get herpes? How can you get HIV? It's probably a very popular question
Maybe
that people Google. Otherwise, I can't understand why they would just assume you're interested in how can you get herpes or HIV.
And I wonder what would happen. I didn't try. I should. I wonder what would happen if you wrote "you" with YOU the way it's supposed to be spelled. If you'd still get this.
One would expect the same results, albeit with YOU.
Let's try
off
that.
the top of my head. The only way to find out.
I'm going to try that.
Try it.
How can you have any pudding, mend a broken heart, still chlamydia, still HIV? Okay, so.
But what about the herpes? Is the herpes there?
I didn't see the herpes, but I didn't check.
That was the first answer.
The first one now is "Mend a Broken Heart," because that's a song by Al Green.
All right, so that tells us something else. The people who want to know how can you get herpes are lazy when it comes to typing complete words.
One has to assume, doesn't one?
But you can almost profile it, demographic profile it. That the kind of person who only uses the letter U as a substitute for YOU. I used to use the letter U on text, but I stopped doing it.
Right.
But years ago I did, because I thought it was cool and trendy, and everyone else was doing it.
Yeah. Everybody else was doing it. Anyway, let's just for everybody out there who has no idea about all the punctuation marks, let's do a quick list of those punctuation marks. Very quick.
All right.
Can you name these, especially the last one? First, period or full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, comma, colon, semicolon, dash, hyphen, the small one is hyphen, round bracket, square bracket, slash, apostrophe, quotation marks, ellipsis, ampersand, angle bracket and asterisk. Do watch this video once again.
Yeah, watch it again and again and again. Did you know
There was
these, all
one
of
thing
these?
that there was one thing that I disagree. When she said dash, I always call that an underscore.
Yes, but maybe underscore is American. I'm thinking.
Well, I first came across the word underscore in software and programming, because a lot of programmers use that. So it might be just an IT thing. I don't know.
Maybe. So I always thought that the hyphen was a dash. So I learned from this little thing. The small one is the hyphen, and the big one is the dash.
But the big one is down.
Lowercase, yes.
No, I didn't mean lowercase. It's
no underscore.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yes. So
Anyway,
Donna has another lovely what do you call it,
go on,
example. She says she saw this
thought-
one yesterday on Facebook. Crocodiles don't swim here. Well, that's like eating grandma, right?
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
takes a little thinking here and there.
Missing a crucial full stop.
Yes. At least,
Yeah.
Donna, they put the apostrophe in the right place. Which brings
Yeah.
me to a topic, because I am very keen on apostrophes. And I laughed my head off a couple of years ago. I remember I sent you that video as well. The video about the grammar vigilante that was taking over Bristol in England.
Oh yeah,
And,
I remember. Yeah.
And this grammar vigilante, he made the news. He made BBC Breakfast News. Here we go. It's a long video.
Banksy. Isn't Banksy from Bristol as well?
Exactly. Just check out what BBC Breakfast had to say.
All right.
Breakfast John Kay has tracked down this mysterious individual known as the grammar vigilante. And John, we really need to reiterate, because loads of people contacting us this morning saying, hold on a minute, this has got to be an April Fool's Day joke, which is a few days too late.
Yeah, I know. And I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it as well. Surely it can't be true. Nobody can take punctuation this seriously. But I promise you, it is true. This guy is for real. In the dead of night, he goes around these streets in Bristol and he corrects signs. Let me show you this. This bakery belongs to Herbert. He didn't have an apostrophe, but now Herbert apostrophe S bakery. You see how carefully this guy is matched in the colour and the font? That's how seriously he takes apostrophes. That is how seriously he takes punctuation. And this is just one of many.
He's the Banksy of bad punctuation,
Banksy,
roaming
yeah.
the streets of Bristol, righting wrongs.
I'm a grammar vigilante. I do take it to heart. I've been doing it for quite a lot of years now. I do think it's a cause worth pursuing.
Working alone and in secret, he makes punctuation marks to stick on errant signs.
I'm trying to match the colour of the apostrophe that's needed on the shop.
He's even made a special device which he calls the apostrophizer, which lets him reach the highest shop fronts.
Brilliant.
By day, he's a highly qualified professional. Only a handful of his closest friends and family know what he gets up to after dark. He started his campaign 13 years ago. This was the first sign he tackled. Amy's nails. Apostrophe deleted. He's left his mark throughout this area of Bristol. His punctuation mark. Apostrophes added. Apostrophes removed.
There will be some people, maybe the owners of these shops, who say, hang on a minute, you haven't got permission, we haven't asked you to do this. What you're doing is a crime, it's vandalism. What do you say to them?
Well, I'd say to them, well, it's more of a crime to have the apostrophes wrong in the first place. I think I can do it without, causing anybody too much offence, and just discreetly do it.
There's one sign he's been desperate to correct for years. Cambridge Motors. Motors with an apostrophe S.
It just makes me feel gross. I just think this is just wrong. It's not meant to be like this. It really does need sorting out.
The garage is right outside Bristol's high security prison, but tonight he's going for it. Using a purpose-built homemade trestle, he climbs up, cuts a piece of yellow sticky back plastic to size,
Brilliant.
and covers the rogue apostrophe. Notice anything?
What is? Not really, no.
We went to see the man who's owned the garage for 30 years.
And who's done that?
There is a man
Yes.
who lives around these parts. I can't tell you about him.
I thank him for what he's done.
You don't mind?
Yeah.
No, I don't mind at all. No. It's good to see people still caring about English grammar, isn't it?
I've been the one that's been there and sorted it out and got it grammatically correct. It does make my heart swell slightly when I see the correct apostrophe.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. I love
absolutely.
the apostrophizer.
Scene. And sticking with that last one, Cambridge Motors, I wonder if their stationery, the letterheads in their invoice paper actually has the apostrophe as well.
It
just makes
probably
me
does.
wonder.
So they have to change all of that.
Yeah. But that's a classic example of an eccentric British person, because you need to be slightly eccentric to even think about doing this, let alone doing it.
But you need to be slightly eccentric to be the reporter and pull that face as well, as if it's deadly serious what he's bringing.
Yeah.
You could be a vandal. They could think you're a vandalist.
Yeah, vandalism. Yeah, he's just being a good journalist there. That's
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, he's
Perfect.
asking the right questions. Yeah.
So we don't know who this grammar vigilante is, but like you said, it's Bristol, so it could very well be Banksy or one of his friends. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bristol seems to be a happy place to live.
Well,
Oh,
Bristol is famous for quite a few things, and one of the things that I love about Bristol is every year they have this thing called the Bristol Balloon Festival, which is, I think it's world famous. It's hot air balloons, and when you look at all the balloons, like hundreds and hundreds of balloons going up in the air, all different colours and designs and everything, it's an amazing sight. I've seen it.
Do those balloons have text on them though, with apostrophes and grammar and spelling?
Well, they have sponsors. So
sponsors without an apostrophe. It's just plural. Just add the s, people. It's not very hard.
Yeah, it's plural. Yeah.
English isn't even my own language, and I know these things, right?
Well, you have a better grasp of English than most English people I know. You have a better grasp of English than I do.
Well, you've once told me I'm obsessed with language. I really took that personally.
I used the word obsessed.
You did.
Good grief.
And you said my mom too. My mom and I are obsessed with language, is what you said.
Obsessed? Did I really say that word? Because that doesn't sound like me. But anyway, sorry about that.
It's okay. No, we took it to heart, and we feel like, so sue us if we're obsessed.
It was it's probably meant to be a compliment.
It was one of your funny compliments.
Yeah.
Guess who came in? Rosalind is here from
hello,
England.
Rosalind.
Hi, Rosalind.
NC, where's that?
Hello, peeps in NC, in the sun listening. What's NC, Rosalind? Make us know. NC. I have no idea what NC is. Make us know, Rosalind.
Which country does she normally reside in? Is it Netherlands?
In England. She's in
England?
London. Yes, but I don't think she's in England right now. She's somewhere in the sun listening. Let us know, Rosalind.
I'm thinking maybe she means NYC, and maybe she's left off the Y. How ironic that would be.
Wouldn't it? Yes. Why would you leave off the Y? Yeah, no.
Let us know where. Assuming that's what it is. Yeah.
Donna is still in conflict, she says. As a neoliberal,
no, good grief.
I see it as a representation of the neoliberal times. I hate societal rigidity, but I also get very infuriated by the absolute gibberish passing for language. Well, Donna, it's not because you have a certain political view that it's okay to just dash all those language rules to the wind. People just need to understand the importance of communication. Like I said, as a newsreader, if you give me a hand of paper, it's breaking news, somebody dead, somebody killed, and you come in as an editor and you hand me a piece of paper and you tell me to read it out. If it's full of language mistakes, I cannot read it. I just can't, because I don't know if it's something plural, or is it possessive, or is it past tense or present tense or whatever tense. Language matters, and language rules matter. And like I said, I don't mind it if if we're in quick communications. Hi, how you doing? I'm the first to use abbreviations and to use all kinds of funny stuff. But we really need to understand the importance of proper communication, is what I'm thinking, Donna, especially in these times when there's so much turmoil in the world. That's what I'm thinking.
And go. Can you go back to that comment that she put?
Yeah.
She started the last sentence with "but" as a capital B. I think it should have been a comma at the end of rigidity and then a small b.
Yes, it is. I agree with you, but people also don't like long sentences anymore. They can't focus on the sentence.
Yeah, but that's why you have a comma. Yeah.
I believe it's because we are so lenient with ourselves that we have just lost the ability to read 3 sentences and actually grasp what was written there. We are too soft on ourselves, way too soft. Rosalind says she's in North Carolina in the USA with her mom and dad. Say hi to your mom and dad for us, Rosalind. I love your mom and dad. So hope everybody's okay. And if you see your brother, say hi to him as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Rachna is here. She's just amazed, as she usually is. Hi, Rachna.
Look at you. Look at that.
Yes. Rachna is one of those people. She's my niece. And I keep telling her, in Dutch, she makes mistakes. And she says, yeah, but it's funny. It is not funny. It's not funny. It's not. It's not funny. There's a little something that you can recognize other language lovers by, and that's when they use this sign on their social media. It says, if I ever use there instead of there and your instead of your in the same post, I've been kidnapped and I'm signaling for help. So we have to keep this meme ready. Oh, Rachna says she agrees with you now. Suddenly she agrees with you. Go away. and Donna is blue smiling face. What does that say, Donna? I don't know what that says. Blue
I don't know what
face,
that means.
smiling face, blue. I don't know. Something is blue
with a colon
face.
at the beginning and at the end. I don't understand that. And you've got colons in the middle. What is going on there?
What is going on, Donna? Can you explain to us? Can you translate what you just sent us there? We have no idea. Yeah. This would work, DJ. If I put up this meme on my Facebook one day, please call for help, will you?
Would I call for help?
You have to, because it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me putting there and your and the wrong spelling in one post.
Right.
So that would be a signal for you. Are you even grasping the humor of this? Please say yes.
Yeah, man, of course I am. Okay. I am.
Yeah.
I've been kidnapping and signaling for help. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because in other words, it's so bad I can't bear this.
Right.
Get me out of here, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that, or it's something that your kidnappers wouldn't know it was.
I do not wish to be associated with this kind of thing.
So the question, of course, is what to do about this. Do you have any idea what can be done to
I think
remedy
what to do
this?
about it is a lot to do with the cause. If you could, it's like with anything, if you can pinpoint the root causes behind this, then hopefully you should be able to do something to improve things.
So what do you think is the root cause?
Well, I think a lot of this began with mobile phones and texting and the advent of the internet as well, because people, texting, you had a limit on the number of characters you could put in a text. Twitter's like that as well. There's a cap. So I think that would have been partly a reason why people started to get lazy, dumbing down on why do we need a comma here? It's another character, and if you have a comma, you normally follow that with a space. So a comma and a space takes up 2 characters. in the character count.
Yeah, but then we came up with some proper abbreviations like LOL and all of that. That does not excuse anybody from leaving out an
No,
apostrophe.
LOL is fine. That's fine. You know,
Mm.
I don't think there's a problem with that. As far as AFAIK, as far as I know,
Mhm.
I now understand what that means, and even I've been known to use that in
Mhm.
recent times. But I think there's the lazy. It's the lazy, and I think one of the problems is not just getting around the count, but also the fact that people accept it.
That's the
It-
thing. People
it's accept-
accept it. Like I was
Yes.
saying, the Dutch government says, go ahead, make your spelling mistakes. We are not going to hold it against you. That is the wrong signal.
That's an insult to language.
It is. And language is such a
absolute
beautiful
insult.
thing when used properly. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I mean, you have the English and you have look at Shakespeare.
Mhm.
You know, if you want to take it to that kind of level, you know, he used English, but then he created his own kind of style.
Yeah.
Language. He effectively created his own language. Shakespeare.
Exactly.
It's called
And that's
Shakespeare.
fine. Like Wenzzzday Ting, that's not English. It's Poca-ish. So that's why we spell it with 3 Z's and a Ting. And you know, but that's be consistent in that. I think language is about consistency. But another thing I'd like to touch on, much as listening to good music, using proper language actually makes your brain grow. And using it wrongly makes your brain shrink. And I wonder if people realize that. This is not just something that you and I are flustered about. It's something that actually is going to have its consequences in maybe 10 years from now, when the real global dumbing down is actually going to be, evident everywhere. That's my problem.
I think as you know, the future is more and more typing on devices with screens.
Mhm.
You know, but I asked myself, you know, I like you was taught at school with pen and paper.
Mhm.
We didn't have these devices, and we didn't have keyboards. The notion of QWERTY, unless you were using a typewriter, was foreign, completely alien. And I wonder now if a lot of people who went to school, say, who say 13 or 14 now, and my guess is that a lot of those people are learning language using electronic devices like a tablet. I wonder if they were presented with a piece of paper and a pen, if that would actually trigger a message to their brains and change them and change the mindset. To say, well, this is a piece of paper and a pen. I should take more pride in what I put on this paper.
And it's more hands-on, literally. It's more hands-on.
Yeah. And not only that, it's your own personal handwriting. With a computer, with a device, you can't, unless you design your own font, you are using a handwriting, a typewriting that someone else has created. If you use a pen or pencil, it's your own creation, your handwriting. No one's handwriting is identical to another.
But you assume by saying that people actually want to take pride in their output. I wonder if that's gone as well.
What I'm saying is it might make people think differently.
Yeah.
I'm not assuming that they'd want to do it, but it might make them think differently and change their mindset.
Maybe. Rosalind has a good point here. She says language is progressive. It reflects what's going on in our society. And she takes, for example, Sranang, which is the let's call it the patois of Suriname. It's undergoing a big change now in how we write. Yes, Rosalind, but that is a matter of taking a patois, a lingua franca, and actually making it into a proper language. And what they did there is change the Dutch spelling of it. They're decolonizing Sranang, which means that the U sound, like you put down here, as in you, You meaning you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on,
Went round
DJ.
the wrong. It was only
It went
water.
round the wrong thingy. Yes.
Yeah.
In Stranang, the J-O-E pronounced you. They are now decolonizing it because that is the Dutch way of spelling you, and they are now spelling it Y-U, which is kind of English-ish. But
Yeah.
but it's at least, you know, United States are closer to Suriname than the Netherlands are. So what they're doing there in Suriname is actually making this lingua franca into a official language, and they will come up with rules. Like one rule I know, Rosalind, is that they don't want two consonants next to each other anymore in Sanang. So that's a new way of spelling. So, but yes, the progression of language, English has progressed in over the ages. So has Dutch. But it's always been within a frame of a set of rules. And now, and that's the point I'm trying to make with this topic, it's as if we don't want rules. We just want to be just carefree. Yeah.
Well,
You know what I meant.
It will get even more carefree so long as it continues to be tolerated, you know, accepted. And I see, for example, probably on a daily basis, I log into Facebook probably 2-3 times a day over the day. And guaranteed, I will always see a post and someone's in the caption, they use the F word. I'm sure people know what I'm referring to there. There's no need to use the F word. There are plenty of metaphors. There are plenty of words that could probably more accurately describe your angst or whatever it is that you want to say, the message you want to get across. But people don't say, why are you using that? You could have used a better word. They're not criticized.
No,
it's as though it's accepted. There's nothing wrong with it.
In Holland, it's all over television these days. You know, this kind of language. It's a constant thing going on. That I'm watching some kind of program and somebody says all kinds of words that really couldn't be said on TV 5 years ago. But it all boils down.
They have that. I don't know. They have this 9 o'clock or whatever watershed where they're allowed to use certain language.
It shouldn't be on TV at all. It should not. We're showing our age here, you know, DJ. I think that's what's...
Well, I don't know if I agree with that part of it because it's a reality. It's, you know, if you're watching a movie or something, you know, about gangster rap or whatever, I don't want to.
Yeah. But that's a topic. That's the topic.
Yeah.
I still think it's lazy. I know when I use bad language, which I've been known to use, I always know that it's laziness. It's just my inability or my not being interested in finding a proper word. So I just put in one of those words.
Sure.
But it's laziness.
But I sometimes depends on the situation. I want to say F you or whatever or F off, but I don't actually use that. I think of a more descriptive, of a more accurately. If people actually knew what the origins of what the F word actually means, I'm not going to go into it now, but it's the way people use it is nothing to do with what it actually means and how that word became what it is.
Now we're intrigued, DJ. You must tell us. Where did the F word come from?
The origins of the word?
I don't know where the origin.
Well, if you look at the 4 letters, I can say what the 4 letters are. F-U-C-K. It means fornication under the something of the king. It was one of the British kings under the, I can't remember what the C means.
Really?
But that's where it came from, where he was allowing fornication, but only he could allow it.
Oh, let me just find under the consent of the king or the constitution. Yes. Oh,
that's
really?
It. Yeah.
So
that's the origins of that word.
So the king used to give you permission to fornicate.
Yeah.
Wow.
You needed you needed permission. Perhaps in the palace grounds or whatever. I don't know how it worked, but
well, I'd like to be the queen to be able to the one to decide, because that would solve another problem. It would solve, world population, but that's a whole different story, DJ. That's a whole different story. Yeah.
I mean, okay. That's
Yeah.
drastic. Yeah.
We're slowly moving towards the end of the program. There's still a little something left, but I do wish to, if you'll allow me, plug my PocaTV live coming up this Friday,
Yeah.
in which I will be speaking extensively with a friend of mine, classical pianist Lestari Scholtes. I haven't spoken with her for a good while now, and I know her. I've known her for quite a long time, so I want to know how she's doing now. I made a little promo, which I'm going to share with the Wenzzzday Ting people as well. Here it goes.
Cool.
This young girl knew at the age of 7 that classical piano was her road in life. Poca has announced her many times on stage and has kept up with her successes ever since. Lestari Scholtes. Friday, August 25th at 6 p.m. CET. PocaTV live. Yeah, so join me on.
And for those in Jamaica, that's 11 a.m.
That's 11 a.m. exactly. So join us then and learn a couple of things about classical music and what it does for your brain and for your way of thinking and for your language skills.
You know about the connections between classical music and arithmetic?
Yes.
Maths.
Yes. Yeah. Classical music is actually very arithmetic. Is that a word? Mathematical.
I would say, yeah. I learned that because I was classically trained on the piano myself.
So was I. So that's why I know. Right. So I've been trying to come up with a way of, getting especially young people interested in proper grammar again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of hard because, we're in a time when people just don't care so much. So I know there's one thing that especially young people in the West care deeply, deeply about. And this came up every time you use an apostrophe to make a word plural, a puppy dies. So that's the way to teach a youngster that the apostrophe in two motors is wrong, because motors with an apostrophe is possessive. It means something belonging to the motor. And if you just want to use the plural, not one motor, but two, then you just add the S to the end. And then no puppies die. It's easy.
That's an easy way of learning when not to use an apostrophe. It's dead easy.
Okay, say the rule.
Well, every time you use an apostrophe,
you have to put it every time you use an apostrophe to make a word plural, a puppy dies.
Yeah, and unless you want puppies to die, and if you do, we don't want to know you.
Exactly. And we really don't know if most people still know what the word plural means. It means more than one of a thing. You see, that's we need to go back to those basics, because people don't learn in school anymore. They do not learn singular is one, plural is more than one. If you need a word to be plural, just add the S.
They don't learn that. I was taught that. I remember being taught that at school.
I don't think they learn, because otherwise I don't understand why they just don't understand the rules of grammar, punctuation, and spelling.
Well,
I think they just don't learn.
Is one of the most abused grammatical, symbols, areas. Probably more than anything else, where it's misused.
Yeah.
More than any other one, I would say.
That's why we need apostrophizers all over the place. We got a little song because you learn stuff easier if you sing it. So here's a little song about the punctuation marks. Let's all listen to it and hope that we will remember.
Punctuation. It's the new sensation. Oh, we help construct a sense, show how things should be read. We keep things things running smoothly. So you know what we just said with punctuation. Yeah, make things easy to read. Oh, without punctuation, words would simply jumble out of me. How? Use period, full stop. May I suggest a question mark? Or use an exclamation? Oh yeah, they all stop and let you park your thoughts a moment. Oh yes, I do. Oh, without punctuation, baby, words just jumble over you. We got the comma, we got the semicolon, we got the colon, we got the dash and hyphen, yeah. We got the apostrophe and the quotation marks. We got parentheses and brackets, always make it smart. Don't forget to use your capitalization. Everybody's talking about the new sensation. Punctuation. 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 Yeah. Punctuation. 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 Yeah. Punctuation. Oh, make your words easy to read. 'Cause words you see.
Punctuation, people. That's all.
Grammaropolis.
Grammar.
Brilliant name, Grammaropolis.
Yeah. So we haven't solved a thing. We just
Well,
hope and pray.
I thought of something. What would people who we criticise, who we criticise for being lazy, what if a prime minister started behaving in that way and started getting lazy on his and her rhetoric and language? Would these people be one of the first to criticise the prime minister? I wonder.
You mean the
In other
grammar?
words, double
Who?
standards. If the prime minister of a country started being lazy.
You mean like
dumbing
Donald
down.
Trump? You mean like Donald Trump?
Anyone. And
Okay.
yeah, you can use real life examples if you want, but anyone. I'm just hypothesizing here. Would people who are guilty of being lazy themselves in that respect be the first up there to criticize those people?
I don't think so, because they wouldn't know.
Those are the people that should be setting an example.
They wouldn't know because they don't know the rules themselves. It would be people like
true.
you and me criticizing those politicians.
They wouldn't know. No, I think a lot of but here's the thing. We say laziness, and lazy, if they don't know, it's not being lazy.
Look here, DJ Conscious.
Yeah.
If I, poor little girl from a country like Suriname, was able to learn grammar, punctuation, and spelling in different languages, then anybody can. It's just a mindset.
No,
I'm not
I know,
saying
but
you have to be perfect. I'm just saying put in some effort. Put in some effort.
no, but what you know? How much of this is to actually blame on the blame on the teaching methods?
The teachers themselves don't even know. You should see the letters that teachers write to parents.
Really?
Ghastly.
The teachers themselves are guilty of this?
So how can you teach the children if you don't know yourself? We've got we've got certain language rules in Dutch. I'm not getting into that, but it's the DT or just the D or just the T. Teachers do not know those language, those rules. So how can you teach children?
How can you?
I think it's a mindset.
How do they get qualified to be a teacher if they don't know that?
What does qualified even mean these days?
Well, pass
That's
an
the
exam.
problem.
That's normally
but that's the problem. It goes way back into the core of things. If you do not train your teachers properly, they're going to hand over their own mistakes to your children. If you, as a parent, today I saw this ad. Everybody was raving about it. It was a little ad, a little game that you could give to your toddler, and it teaches the toddler words. Whatever happened to mom and dad teaching the children words? Why do we need a gadget for little toddlers so they can learn words?
But that, yeah, and a lot of that is to do with either the mum and dads don't know themselves. It's generational. It's generational, definitely. I'm pretty
And
sure.
it's not going anywhere any soon. Rosalind's got a great idea. Add Scrabble to the school curriculum. Yes, make it a game because that's what people like these days.
Yeah,
make it fun.
But don't ban the 2-letter words. That really pisses me. Excuse me. That really annoys me. With Scrabble, there are so many scientific terms.
We can come up with new rules if we have to. But adding Scrabble to a school curriculum is a great idea because first of all, it teaches you how to spell. It also teaches you new words. Donna says, does it have to do with impatience too? Life is very fast paced and people are eager to go. Slow down is what I say. I'm the most impatient person you will ever meet in your life, Donna. But I take pride in my language, and I think it's just a matter of priorities. I think people just don't give a hoot. That's the problem, and I don't know how to solve that.
But that's a pride thing. There's a lack of pride if they don't give a hoot. Surely.
Yeah, but I wonder if people even want to take pride in stuff anymore. I take pride in so many things I do.
I don't think they do.
And
do they even know what pride? Do any of these people know what pride means?
And do they know how to spell it, or will they spell it P-R-A-I-D?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
P-R-E-Y-E-D or something.
E-Y-D-E. That's right. Pride.
No, E-Y-E, as in an I.
Oh, pride. Oh, let me put up a banner that says pride. Hold on. You mean pride?
Yeah.
That says prayed. You see, it says prayed, to pray on something.
Yes, that's a different word entirely.
And this is not, English is not my language. So if I can manage, some other people should as well. Like I said,
if I had kids, which I don't have, and I will never have kids now, not at my age. But if I did, I would be happy to teach them, to help them with the English language and English language skills.
Teaching your children how to speak is supposedly one of the big joys in life, DJ. I mean, I don't have children, so what do I know? But supposedly, when baby comes up and says dada or mama, that's when everybody goes, ooh, baby talking, baby knows a word. So you need to be able to put in the time to teach your children words and how to pronounce them, and later on how to spell them.
And there's no doubt about it. The time is there, but a lot of the time, so to speak, they can always find something better to do, like watch the next episode of Sopranos or whatever.
There you go. And that's what I say. It's all about priorities. Anyway, we're not going to solve it. I'm glad we put in a whole hour of this, and it's time to round up, DJ. Okay. Next week we'll be back. I have no idea what we'll be talking about then, but we'll be liaising, you and me, on August the 30th, same time. DJ and I will be back to 2 topics maybe, for the dynamics of this program. This was great fun.
That's 2 p.m. Jamaica time for those in Jamaica.
2 p.m. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. 2 p.m. Jamaica time, and probably where Rosalind is as well. It's about 2 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. But our Facebook and our YouTube will tell us exactly how many hours you got left before the live program starts. Hope you come up with a wonderful topic. I'm going to look for one as well, DJ. Okay. It's been fun today. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I did, and I hope all the viewers did as well.
Well, Rosalind says, bye, Gudus. Gudus means sweeties. Bye, Gudu, Rosalind. And once again,
sweetie.
hugs around where you are in North Carolina. And if you run into Stephen Colbert, say hi from me. He doesn't know me, but just say hi. I know he's from North Carolina too. All right, DJ, that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for being part of this program. Any last famous words, DJ?
No. Just have a good week, and hope we have something that's going to entice your your brains for next week.
We hope so. And don't forget, coming up this Friday, that will be at 6 o'clock Central European time. So that's 3 hours earlier than this program started. That will be PocaTV Live with my guest, Lestari Scholtes. Thank you for joining,
And
DJ.
Sundays, consciousradio.net, if I'm allowed.
Oh, please, yes. Consciousradio.net for all your sanity-giving roots reggae. So we can all be calm after we've read yet another email full of mistakes.
Real reggae.
Listening forward to that, and looking forward to PTV on Friday. Thank you, DJ.
Cool. Bless.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye. Bye.
PocaTV.